Welcome to China in Focus. I'm Tiffany Meier. Our top story: major banks and brokerages are changing their forecasts on the U.S. economy amid a truce on Washington's trade war with China. That's after the U.S. raked in over $16 billion from import tariffs last month.
President Trump wants to rebalance the American economy back to a manufacturing economy.
The illegal sale of drug-making machines in the U.S., that's the crime the Justice Department is charging 3 Chinese individuals and their company for. More on why their smuggling could prove deadly for Americans. The U.S. Embassy in China is looking into a mysterious situation: American citizens getting cheek swabbed by Chinese inspectors at Chinese airports with no official explanation. And the U.S. is slashing levies on low-value parcels from China. Details on the further de-escalation. A cooling of trade tensions between the U.S. and China, sky-high tariffs are being rolled back. Markets are responding, and economists are revising their outlooks. The shift follows an update from the U.S. Treasury, reporting that money collected by U.S. Customs skyrocketed in April. The total $7.6 billion more than the month before. Likewise, total revenue from tariffs had a record $16.3 billion for the month. Looking at those numbers, the timing of the U.S.-China tariff rollback is crucial for both American businesses and Chinese manufacturers. In a major development Monday, the U.S. and China reached a temporary truce in the ongoing trade war. Both sides agreed to pause steep tariffs on each other for a 90-day window. The move is already rippling through Wall Street. Major banks and brokerages are revising their economic forecasts. JP Morgan is now projecting U.S. economic growth at 0.6% in 2025, up from its earlier estimate of 0.2%. The risk of a recession has also dropped to below 50%. Over at Goldman Sachs, the bank is slashing its U.S. recession forecast to 35%, down from 45%. It also bumped up its 2025 GDP growth outlook by half a percentage point, now predicting 1% growth. Barclays took it a step further, dismissing recession risks altogether. Investors are watching closely, hoping the economic optimism fuels a summer stock market rally. On Tuesday, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent reaffirmed the Trump administration's goals for reshaping trade relations.
President Trump wants to rebalance the American economy back to a manufacturing economy with high precision manufacturing. I think everyone agrees, including Chinese leadership, that they need to rebalance towards more of a consumption and consumer economy.
The surprise breakthrough in Geneva means the U.S. will lower punitive tariffs on Chinese imports to 30% for now. In response, China is cutting its retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods to 10%. Still, not everything is rolling back. As part of a broader strategy for economic security, the U.S. is holding firm on tariffs for critical goods, aiming to boost self-sufficiency in key sectors.
We had become woefully non-self-sufficient. So whether it's medicines, semiconductors, other strategic areas. So the United States will bring those industries home.
Meanwhile, some relief is coming for consumers and small businesses. Tariffs on low-value packages, known to previously fall under the de minimis exemption, are being cut from 120% to 54%. There's also a minimum flat fee of $100 per shipment. For big business, the timing of the U.S.-China trade truce couldn't be more critical, especially for U.S. holiday orders and Chinese manufacturers. May is typically when American retailers place their big year-end holiday orders, making the tariff pause a timely boost for global supply chains. The Justice Department unsealed an indictment Monday charging 3 Chinese nationals and a Chinese company for their role in allegedly importing equipment used to make counterfeit drugs. It can also be used to make deadly opioids like fentanyl. A China-based company, Capsule CN, is at the heart of the issue. Its products include machines capable of making tablets and pressing medicines into capsules, as well as counterfeit dye molds. The company's principal officer and 2 other employees were also indicted. The DOJ accuses them of funneling illegal equipment from Chinese manufacturers to U.S. customers over the past 4 years, using channels like e-commerce platforms, social media accounts, and other websites. Federal agencies have already seized the 4 internet domains they used. The Chinese nationals and the company face a total 21 counts, ranging from smuggling to violating the Controlled Substances Act and money laundering. The DOJ underscored that the equipment smuggled into the U.S. are capable of producing millions of potentially deadly fake pills, including fentanyl. Special Agent Jason Stevens, who's in charge of the investigation, said the agency is determined to break, quote, every link of the global fentanyl supply chain. Zooming out, the case is part of a broader U.S. clampdown on crimes linked to illegal drug manufacturing and smuggling, especially tied to China. The Trump administration added a 20% tariff on all Chinese goods for punishing China's role in the U.S. fentanyl crisis. According to the Drug Enforcement Administration, fentanyl overdose is the leading cause of death among Americans ages 18 to 45. That's all for today's China in Focus on YouTube. You can now catch the full episode on Beijing World every Tuesday. Coming up, the U.S. slashes levies on low-value parcels from China. Plus, the U.S. Embassy in China is looking into reports of American citizens getting cheek swabbed upon their arrival at Chinese airports. To watch, simply click the link in the description box down below or search China in Focus at genjingworld.com.